Welcome back to my lovely IHP community and the 5D collective as our lovely 1011 portal brings to us true lovers, healthy self-worth relationships, and mindfulness, spirituality, life, and love. And our yesterday closed that chapter or those chapters from the susceptibility to manipulation of all of that which is fantasy or lust or those low energy frequencies of those facade self people. Yeah. So empty promises and push-pull or dysregulated embodiment doesn't fool any one of us. We know who healthy self-worth and empowered, enlightening individuals are, and they bring us together. In fact, they know that the system does not set you up to stay trapped or to fail, or that the modern therapy and healing is going to trap you and, I don't know, treat you in some ways. I saw a couple or more people with fancy suits, again, trying to dismantle and discredit healthy self-worth, inner and outer well-being living, and that's because they are armored in and shut in their shame, blame, fault, and revenge dysregulated nervous system. So we have a consistency in growth between the 3D, 4D frequencies who are going to navigate their shame, blame, fault, revenge, hellhole in the body. And then we have our 5D frequency bodies who instead are welcoming their whole self. And that's why when you welcome, let me see, where are my lovely cards? When you welcome your whole self, well, for one, you're not only acting as if you are, and you know that life is a beautiful mystery, that you will win as a slow and steady with the knowledge and wisdom from your body and the enlightenment frequency, thanks to the depths of the emotional plane, because you own all of yourself, no more disowned, divine feminine is yours, the radical acceptance of you and bringing your authentic self and your newfound soul contracts, okay, the power of community. So as you get to continue embarking on the playfulness that comes with your divine masculine, your mind, and union, sacred union with your divine feminine, your heart and body, here's to that celestial rose of Ma. So you've been tapped into more. If you have clairs, then you have a lot more to share with us, don't you? And you feel that 5D frequency. So you feel that you have healed, and you know that you have healed with good therapists, some of you. You're loyal to yourself, you know self-soothing and self-regulating in healthy ways and how to be loyal to the things that you've decided you want to bring forth. You know, healthy boundaries are all about a thorough and in-depth conversation. And so are we getting ready? Yeah, I think we are, and sharing that magic that works through you and that self-worth and the worth of others. And so seeing clearly and having let go of all that doesn't serve. The playfulness is the wisdom of your mind, and the enlightenment is because you didn't take rejection or any of those childhood wounds and ignore them. You took your destiny and brought it to your own hands, and mind and heart are yours, and you know how to, again, process the depth of all those basic human emotions with abundance, with your prefrontal cortex and your embodiment. So you're learning more and more on how to be the herald of change through the journey of becoming more of that which is bliss and delight. And frequency that is 4D and 3D, they don't do bliss and delight. Again, they do shaming stuff, but if you listen to fantasy, lust, low energy of facades, you'll hear a little bit more on that. And for the cue, the tell of when you're meeting individuals, this one, in case you're curious, what it is again, open communication, the ability to ask and talk and all of it, all questions, all answers, but obviously in tangible ways. And so you're not just having dreams about anyone, you're seeing, tangibly speaking, interactions taking place. And that is your biggest tell. So for me, I'm a 44-year-old woman. Age probably is something important to note, just because you might have had less experiences with what is called rejection. And so this is something that isn't going to bring about, I will change myself. If you are a healthy self-worth person, it's I am who I am and I welcome myself and I welcome other, and I thank for the opportunity because I own myself, so I'm not disowned. I radically have open heart, and you'll feel, of course, there's a way that we process breakups, okay? You process the emotion that arises, and if you have high emotional, mental, and physical intelligence other, so you have a healthy self-worth other, they will, with you, be able to arrive at a mutual interaction. Okay, so when people are committed to each other from a 5D frequency, it's like any of my past. I didn't close the door. There's only one of them that I'm not consistently communicating with, but that's because their mentality is against it. Okay, so I in fact already knew that. But other than that, all of those that have been a part of my romantic life, I'm saying we've stayed friends. They're family friends. They're stories. So we don't do the characterological distinctions or the labeling of evil people or not evil people. We don't end relationships, meaning that we're done. We create secure connections, and secure attachment relationships are established because we decide together how we want to build our home. It's by speaking, okay? If somebody begins to sound off, then they're giving you mixed signals. That's your cue that that's not a person who's walking a walk, talking a talk. But you also want to understand that we're all, again, different. So the ability to know that today with the good modern therapists who are healing and supporting us to become regulated and not to project, they're really great. So if you need any of that, Dr. Daniel Fox is great for personality disorders. Patrick Tiahan is great for childhood trauma survivors and all of his content. So those are two references. And ICABM, they're great. They also give you a lot of infographics and have a bunch of different therapists that they consult and that they bring up. And for my lovely 5D collective, again, we have nothing except for expansion because you're welcoming through mindfulness and mindset practices the emotions that arise, the thoughts that arise. And so there's good news for that which is love, and there's good news for that which you're bringing forth. And as you ride a high, we will continue our conversations with the themes at hand. For sure, you've expanded to being able to bring forth all of you, all of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see? You are good even without them. Okay, so we're all exactly where we're supposed to be. And being able to know that every person has a reason for why they do what they do. Okay, so we don't use those cliche sentences of, I have the most generous heart. I'm the one who they're going to, it's too bad, so sad. I'm so amazing. I'm everything. People who need to process their heartbreak that way, they remind me of my teenager friends who I would say, okay, I can understand a little bit of it, but now you're going a little too far. They're just as equally valuable and amazing. You're just not together anymore. The subjective experiencing is something real. The emotional experiencing is real on all ends, and being able to accept with emotional, mental, and physical maturity is what true love is. So you're going to have compersion, whether you're a polyamory or monoamory person. You are going to know true love only when you can see that a breakup isn't a good or bad thing. It can happen. Only if you can understand some people, they don't know how to say they're sorry and to be authentic because they don't know how to be authentic because they need a therapist. And in the meantime, they follow people who say to them that modern therapy and healing and that the system is set up to try and keep you trapped. So they're trying to not have you get healed by telling you that they have something better for you, which they don't, by the way. But that's my point. The drift is love is very light. It's here. And so if you and I aren't matching, I'm not going to look and think I am a bigger giver than you are. That's egoic. I'm emotionally upset and sad that you don't want me, and so I'm feeling that I was taken granted for. I'm feeling things that are basically upset because we didn't get to connect, because sadness is about connection. So now my inner world, because your body's going to protect you, is now wanting to make me get into the anger to it's not justified, to correct the situation, to defend me. So you are going to bring in the battlefield if you choose the unfaced fear part. If you choose the lower visceral with shame, blame, fault, revenge, those are inner and outer critics. So that's not you witnessing processing and letting go, which is instead what mindfulness living is all about, and spirituality living. So it's from your prefrontal. So you don't say to the past, I am better than the person who left me. You say none of that. And for us, if we have a highly emotional, mental, intelligent person, in fact, we have a communication, and then we continue being friends. Like one of my stories, I've shared that one with you. It was very straightforward. Following the final talk, it was okay, friends like before, and then eventually I got to become friends with more, and it's been fun. I can say it's a lot of fun to add to your oversoul. And so we'll be back with more. Again, true love, it doesn't ever end at all. Like the Rumi quote, we don't do separation. The ones who do separation, we say hello and goodbye. Are you going to come back or not? And, if they want to come back now. So hello and goodbye. It's a fun thing, but it's a consistency when we are not saying hello and goodbye without having a mutual understanding of it. You see what I'm saying? Consistent, contingent communication. We all have patterns, is what I'm trying to get to. So I have some friends that the hello, goodbye, we talk every who knows when, but we talk in a consistency. But they're of a type of communication like I am. The difference with some is, let me think. I don't have any examples, see, because all my relationships are genuine. So I know of the lovers and the loved ones and how they do things, and it's a consistent recalibration to our tango. And so that's why we don't have endings. The quote unquote endings. Well, that there are some, but they're not endings per se. You've heard those stories. Okay, I'm done. You get what I'm trying to get to. And some people think that nothing lasts forever, and they're the ones who don't know that everything lasts forever, for the ones of us who know that love is consistency and consistently, because I'm still breathing. So I might catch you maybe 10 years from now, but I might catch, hey, what's up? And that's a secure connection. You see, securely attached people is who I'm talking to. So okay, we'll be back with more. Have a good 10/11 and a great weekend in case we don't see you again. And if you do know others who do love to love, send them on over, and who want to be their self authentically and with integrity. See you again soon.